Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to part 2 of the setup video. In the last one, you guys saw me build this entire setup from the ground up, as well as the whole room that we're in right now. So on that last video, we got a lot of amazing support, and thank you guys for that. A lot of awesome comments with a lot of awesome ideas, and we're going to put some of those into effect today in this setup. Now, some of you guys might see there's a couple of differences from the last time you guys saw this setup, and a lot of that is regarding the cable management on the bottom there and the position of the PC, as well as some changes up here. I still have the mouse mat. I'm just washing it right now because it's really dirty, and you can see I changed how the cords are routed on the top of the desk as well. My PC is currently having a problem. I don't know what that's about, but that just happened for the first time. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so we're gonna go through today and fix some of the issues with this setup that I'm not too happy with, and then hopefully by the end of this video it'll be just about perfect for me, and then maybe in the future I'll also make a video just going over the entire setup and the pricing of everything, and yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I want to address is the mouse cable and the keyboard cable. Now, I had a comment, or actually a few comments on that in the original video of me building the setup of why didn't I route the cable of the mouse underneath the keyboard and then out with the keyboard cable like I did here, where they're both just one piece going down the middle of the desk. And originally I didn't like the sound of that idea. I thought it would look kind of funky, and I thought it would kind of also pull the mouse over to this side. It does a little bit. It's kind of annoying, but I decided to do it anyways, and I actually do really like the way that it looks. Now, rather than having the cable going over here like it originally was, it's now just underneath my keyboard, and then it routes out with the keyboard cable right here into the cable sleeve, which goes under the desk and down to the PC in the rear of it to the USB port. Now, one more thing I want to mention is I also fixed a lot of the cable management. Now, you guys saw in the last video, I said I was going to fix the cables, but I never did it. I just wanted to get the video done, and I just didn't really do anything. And for the past 2 months, it sat looking the same way it did when I finished it in the video. So eventually I got sick of it, and the past 2 days I kind of went through and redid everything. Obviously, you still see a few wires over here, like this one. That one goes up to the power brick up there, as well as this one, which is for my LED lighting, which I also probably should plug in for you guys. Those ones I really can't do anything about. I might take this one and zip tie it to the frame of the desk right here. I never really thought about that until now, actually. We still have my microphone cable right here that's not plugged in yet. I still am yet to do that. Probably gonna route that down through the side, and then on this bottom support beam that you guys really can't see, this one right here, zip tie it to that all the way to the back of my PC to the soundboard ports, and then that should be pretty nice. Now, you'll also notice that I actually moved the PC as well, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Somebody actually mentioned that I should put the PC on my desk, and I know a lot of people that do that, and personally, I like an open desk like this. I don't like big things getting in the way. I mean, even that lamp right there bothers me because it's not uniform on both sides. I removed the other one because I didn't use it. And having a big bulky PC sitting right here, it just, you know, when you walk in the room, you see this. So I didn't want to ruin the look of this whole setup by putting a giant PC right there, right? And the problem with that is that it wouldn't work anyways, because the power cord for my PC is very short. Like, it's not even as long as the under part of this desk, which is kind of sad if you think about it. But the glass side of my case is on the left side over there, which is against the wall right now. And if it was up over here, you would see the glass side, but you wouldn't have enough power cord to run it down to the power brick underneath right there. And the only other option would be to put the PC up on this side, on the left side of the desk. But then all you would see is the metal cable management side of the PC, which doesn't look very attractive. So for right now, it's gonna stay where it's at on the left side of my desk. I like it there, it looks just fine, and also it frees up the entire bottom of this part of the desk. I mean, when you look at it from a distance, you know, this is like from my head right here, this is what I'm seeing. So you don't see any of the wires, and when you sit down, you're about this high, you still don't see any wires, which is perfect. And it looks a lot nicer than it did with the PC over here. Personally, I liked it over here better, but it just wasn't working out, so I had no problem moving it over there. And the last thing I want to mention before we go and start modifying the setup is the headphone hanger that I ordered for like, I think it was $10 or $15, I don't exactly remember right now, but I mentioned in the last video when I was building this that it was kind of useless because this clip, it doesn't really work well with the lip of my desk. It's too small right here, and the clamp doesn't open up far enough to go through the entire thing right here. So I did it sideways, and I found that I really don't use it. I mean, regardless, even if it did fit right, I still wouldn't use it. I mean, I usually just set my headphones on my desk right here, then I leave. That's just about it. So really the only thing that this is used for is holding knives, like this rainbow one right here, and then my see if I can get this out one-handed. My Winchester, I think it's like a skinning knife or something. And I just use it to hold my knives. I mean, that's really all it's used for. So if you are building this exact same setup, which a couple of people mentioned that they were building the same setup as me, don't bother getting a headphone hanger. It's not worth the money, and it doesn't work with this desk, unfortunately. So now let's get to modifying the setup so I like it better. Now the first issue that I have is that whenever I'm snacking away at my desk here, I got my goldfish or I got my Takis, you know, I finish a bag, where do I put it at? There's no trash here, right? I don't have a trash can in my room, and I really need one because, you know, whenever I finish a snack like that, it just sits on my desk until I finally feel like throwing it away. So I went to the dollar store, and I picked up one of these small little trash bins. It's a Essentials wastebasket, whatever that says in Spanish, I'm guessing. So it's really, really small. Like, this is a small bag of goldfish next to it. You can kind of see the size. It's not very big, but I think it'll look nice with the setup. It's not going to be too bulky or anything, so I can just throw like a little shopping like plastic bag in there, like a Walmart bag, and then should be in business. I can just set it down here. Maybe like, I'm thinking right there. It's not straight. My OCD is going to go crazy here. I think that looks okay. So just leave it right there, and then I'll always have a trash can, so whenever I finish my bag of goldfish, just plop it in there, we're good. Now the next issue I'm having is my capture card here. Now, a lot of the times I like to you know, kick back, relax, and put my feet on my PC, just rest on like a little leg rest, if you will. And the issue is my capture card here, my Hop-Hog HD PVR60, which is what I use to record all my gameplay and my PC footage, and it doesn't sit on there, like it just moves around. It's not attached to it in any way. I kind of wish we could change that, because whenever I go to rest my legs on my PC, which, you know, it's not good to do that to it, but you know what they say. It just moves around, and it gets kind of annoying. Sometimes it even falls off the side like that, and I don't like that. It bothers me a lot that it moves around. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that today with some Velcro. Got this in the dollar store as well for obviously $1. It's called some hoop and loop fasteners. I don't know why they can't just call it Velcro, but we're gonna try and use this today to fix my little issue here. We're also gonna use this stuff in a second to fix another issue as well. So here's the stuff. It's got some adhesive backing, which is nice, and it looks like there's plenty of this stuff to go around, which is also nice to see. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut with our scissors here, like maybe half of one of these folds. You can see like it folds over like that. I think just half of one of these folds would be enough. Let's go ahead and cut that. See, we got a nice strip of this stuff right here. So let's also go ahead and do that with the other stuff here, the other side. Let's go ahead and take this, let's stick the other piece that we just cut onto the other side, so we know exactly how much to cut, and cut against that line. Awesome. There we go. I got 2 pieces of Velcro here. We're gonna use this to attach it to my PC. And the reason we're using Velcro and not like glue or something is so I always have the chance to remove this in the future if I want to move it somewhere else, or I plan on upgrading in the future as well to something a little bit better than this. It's kind of bulky. I don't really like the software that much, but if I do get a new one, watch out for a giveaway, because I might just have to give this one away to somebody. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take this adhesive backing off of this, like so. And we're gonna take the back of my hot plug here, and we're just gonna stick it right in the middle. Just like that. Now you guys can't really see that very well, but it's just stuck right there, right in the middle. I think that'll be just fine. So now let's take the other half. Let's take the other half here, peel the adhesive protectant on the back off of that as well. Now we're gonna take the Velcro side of it and push it up against this piece right here, perfectly straight. Just get it on there a little bit and then try not to stick it to our fingers. Just like that, so it's just sitting on there nicely. And now we can go ahead and just stick it to my PC on the top of the case here. So we're just gonna take it, I'm gonna make sure it's straight, and then just plop it down like that. And now, this, whenever I hit it, it's not gonna go anywhere. It moves the whole PC. And if I ever wanna remove it, all I gotta do is just peel it off like so. Now, while we're on the topic of the PC, a lot of comments came in about me setting it on the carpet and how it's bad for it. Now, I know it's bad for the PC, but I didn't really have anything to put it on at the time, and I never really got around to fixing the issue. It was out of sight, out of mind type of deal. You know, I never really paid attention to it that much, so I took a trip to Walmart, and I found this. It's a long stacking shelf by Mainstays. This was like 10 bucks, I think. It was pretty expensive for what it is, in my opinion, but I figured this would be great for holding the PC. I just kind of eyeballed it. I didn't really have any measurements of my PC, but it's basically just a little shelf, and it's got these little legs here that are zip tied to it, but these little legs fold out and it can be like a couple inches tall. It can be like half a foot tall, and you usually just use it to hold stuff like cups or whatever. But I think this will work great for holding my PC off of the carpet. And the whole idea is once I get this branding removed, we don't need that stuff. Just take all of that off, and now we can also get the tripod set up here. I can go ahead and cut these zip ties off as well. We don't need those. Cut that one, and let's cut this one as well. All right, cool. Now, here's how it can work. Something like that. It's not very tall, which is great if you wanted to use it like that, but I'm not going to. You can see here's my hand in comparison how tall it is. So it's not very tall, which would be perfect if I wanted to set my PC on this like it is now. I could do that. And it's also nice because it's graded, so we can let the air through. It'd be nice for cooling down the PC. So I think this is gonna work great, but I'm actually gonna use it like this, like how it was packaged. Put the legs down, and you can see, if I can show you guys this. There's still a nice gap there. I mean, it's almost like 3/4 of my fingers tall of a gap there, so it's still not gonna be touching the carpet. You're still gonna have plenty of airflow for the PC, and the case can still breathe. And I think this is actually gonna work great. Now I was gonna paint it black, but I think I'm gonna leave it white just to contrast the trim of my house and the white on the PC case right there. Now you can see here I re-zip tied these legs back on with black zip ties just to keep them from moving around while the PC is sitting on it. But let's go ahead and put the PC on this new stand here. Don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try and lift the PC onto this while I'm sitting down. So let's try that. All right, that should work just fine. Now let's move the whole thing over, if we can. Now it seems like it's gonna work just fine, but I think what happened is on the other side, I kind of messed it up a little bit, and the leg popped off the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that real quick. All right, so there we go, I got it fixed. It's actually a nice little PC stand. It actually fits it perfectly with like 2 little grates on each side. It actually fits really, really well with my PC case. So now my PC is off the floor. You guys can stop commenting about it, and PC should last longer now. So I'm happy with the way that turned out. It's actually a lot sturdier than I thought it would be too. So it actually works really, really well with my PC, and I think it's a great temporary solution until I actually feel like buying a real PC stand, if I ever do feel like buying one. But yeah, I think it works pretty well. So the last thing I want to address in this video is the remote control for my LED strips in the back of my desk. You guys can see them back there. Again, I don't know why the camera makes it look so horrible, but it actually looks really like perfectly blue in person, but you can really see the individual colors in the camera for some reason. But anyways, the LED remote, it just sits on my desk and it gets in the way. You know, it's not exactly nice looking to walk in, you see some random remote sitting on my desk, so I want to fix that. I'm not happy with it, so we're going to go ahead and use some of that Velcro from earlier. This stuff right here. And we're going to stick it to my wall, I think, behind my mic here. So let's move the mic out of the way. I think I want to put it like right there. I think that would look okay. Might look kind of weird having a remote on my wall, but you know what they say. So once again, let's take a small part of this Velcro here, cut it off. Let's take an equal size piece of the other half, like so. Let's cut this piece off as well. Alright, we got the two halves again. Let's peel them apart. Now we take the sticky part off of one side. I'm going to use the, I don't know if you guys can see that. This is the softer side, because if I do have it sitting on my desk, I don't want it to like scratch it up, which I'm afraid this other half, this kind of coarse side, might scratch my desk up a little bit. So let's go ahead and take the remote here, and let's just stick one half of the Velcro on the remote, press it down firmly. Now let's take the other half, undo the adhesive for this side as well, and put it on this side. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't take the adhesive backing off until I press it down, but it doesn't matter. Just put that side on there as well, and now let's just go ahead and stick it on my wall somewhere. I'm thinking like maybe right here. Just push it against the wall. Make that adhesive adhere nicely to it. Hopefully it sticks to the paint okay. That's one thing I'm worried about, is that the adhesive might not like this paint. But if we try and take it off, it looks like it sticks just fine. You can just press it down a little bit more. Didn't come off, which is nice, so we just take it. So, come in my room, turn the LED lights on or off. I also kind of want to take the IR blaster for this strip and like hot glue it to my desk, like in the corner right there. Just because it's kind of annoying having to take the remote and like put it under the desk or like over on the side up here and just like finally get to turn it off. So yeah, come in my room, turn the lights on or off, and then just stick it on the wall like so. Oh, that didn't work. There you go. Now it's on the wall, right? It looks pretty straight up, not in the video maybe, but let's put that on there straight. There you go. So now you got that on the wall and it's out of my way now. So there you guys go. We just upgraded the already awesome $300 budget gaming setup here. Let's go ahead and go over what we did today. So we went ahead and we Velcroed my LED strip remote to the wall so it's out of my way, but I can still easily reach it and take it off the wall if I need to use it. What else did we do? We also Velcroed my capture card to my PC so it doesn't move around. And then we also, the most important part here, is installed our new makeshift PC stand, which works really, really nicely. So I think that's all we really did today, but I think all in all, it makes it look that much nicer having, you know, the PC on a stand and that white really contrasts the case well. That's not gonna move around anymore, that recording card right there, and then that's out of the way. So I think it looks a lot nicer than it did when we started, even though some pretty simple modifications. It's still nice to have those done. So again, thank you guys for all the support on this video and the previous setup video. It's got like, I think it's around almost 90,000 views at the time of this recording. So it's kind of insane to see that, and also thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Hit that yesterday, and that's pretty amazing. So if you guys want to see more about that, check out my 1,000 subscriber video. And yeah, see you guys later.